now, there's one question, Didi, I want to ask you, and it's about Bayern Munich. They're 6 points behind Dortmund in the Bundesliga, and there is a player at Chelsea called a teenager, Hudson Odoi. He came on as a sub. He's a kid. It's impossible to say how good he is, but my understanding and the reports suggest that Bayern Munich have offered 80 million to buy him. He never started a Premier League game, I think. He wants to go. Chelsea don't want to sell him. What's happening with Bayern? And in relation to the Liverpool-Bayern Champions League, because City have a gimme against Schalke, I think. The Bayern Munich-Liverpool, do you think Liverpool will turn them over?
I think it'll be a tight game.
Really?
Bayern Munich got a track record. They had a rough time before Christmas. They probably played the best 45 minutes on Friday in the first game away to Hoffenheim. They were winning 2-0. Didn't play that well in the second half. Ended up winning the game 3-1. And it's a team that's got form. And it's got a pedigree in that competition. They know what it's like, what it needs to be, or what needs to be done to progress in these games. And they've been pretty unfortunate the last few years. They lost to Madrid, I think, last year, where they should have gone through. So I think it'll be a very, very tight game. Van Dijk is suspended for the first game. I think if Bayern Munich need to score at Anfield, Bayern Munich need to score, and they must not lose. If they need to beat Liverpool at home, I think it'll be very tough.
Okay.
But I think they may be able to get a score draw at Anfield, so they don't have to win at home. Because when Van Dijk is back, I think Liverpool will be hard to beat in Munich. Regarding the kid from Chelsea, they're desperate to get him. What the officials from Bayern Munich say, it's a bit of a desperate act because they got a lot of stick in the last 18 months, Bayern Munich, to keep Robben and Ribéry for too long and not really refreshing or bring new players into the football club. And they've got one or two younger players now. And he seems to be the one they desperately want, as you say. I don't know how good the kid is. I've not heard the 80 million. I think if that was the case, I think that's a huge overreaction. I think you can't play 80 million for a player that's not been proven at the top level. At the same time, you probably can't hold it against the kid if he wants to leave Chelsea. If we just touched on it, what the manager said. There's a lot of uncertainty about Abramovich.
Yeah.
So I think Chelsea is a club at the moment where maybe more players want to get out pretty soon. But I think it's an act of desperation to rejuvenate the squad. Whether this kid is the answer, I'm not too sure.
No, he wants to go to Munich. It's remarkable, John, isn't it, that a club like Bayern Munich want to pay 80 million for a teenager who is in Chelsea's reserve team.
Yeah, well, obviously they must see something in him, Eamon, something really, really good. And as we know at Chelsea, Chelsea are not known for bringing young players through, Eamon. They've got so many players out on loan. And this kid obviously sees that and sees his chances at Chelsea are not so good and wants to get away, which is understandable. I haven't seen him, Eamon. I don't think you've seen him.
I've seen a half an hour of him. It's impossible. You can't say.
No, I wouldn't know how good he was. But obviously, if they're willing to pay 80 million, they must see something in him that's really, really outstanding.
Okay.
That's judgment,